All right, welcome back, everybody, to this live stream of Alabama and Auburn at the half. Alabama leads Auburn 17-6. We're going to run down some first half stats here, and then I'm going to run down a situation going on in a couple of other games that is not good for the ACC. I will explain what I mean here after we run down these first half stats. Alabama, 157 yards of offense to Auburn's 127. Auburn really picked it up offensively there in the last couple series of the first half. 9 first downs for Alabama, 6 for Auburn. 6 penalties in that first half for Auburn for 40 yards. Alabama penalized 4 times for 45 yards. Time of possession, it was a 10-minute time of possession advantage at one point in the first half. That has dropped to about a 4-minute time of possession advantage now for Alabama, 17 minutes to 13 minutes. Looking at some individual numbers in the first half. Ty Simpson of Alabama, 8 for 18, passing the ball just 59 yards, but does have 2 touchdown passes, both of those to Isaiah Horton. Lotsier Brooks with 2 catches for 28 yards. Jam Miller, 2 catches for 12 yards. Isaiah Horton, 2 catches for 9 yards. Both catches have resulted in touchdown receptions. 1 reception apiece for Jeremy Bernard and Daniel Hill. Running the football, Jam Miller, 10 carries, 64 yards. Quarterback Ty Simpson, 4 carries for 18 yards. Daniel Hill, 3 carries, 11 yards. Alabama put up 98 yards on the ground in the first half. Meanwhile, for Auburn, Ashton Daniels, 6 of 18 for 40 yards. Has not had an effective passing game tonight. Eric Singleton, 2 of those receptions for 10 yards. Brandon Frazier, Jeremiah Cobb, Cam Coleman, and Bryce Kane with a reception apiece. Running the football, Ashton Daniels, the quarterback for Auburn, 13 carries, 66 yards. Jeremiah Cobb, 6 carries for 21 yards. As Alabama leads this game 17-6 in the Iron Bowl over Auburn as we get ready to start the second half. Meanwhile, let me run down the situation that is occurring in the ACC, and it is the absolute worst-case scenario for the conference. Virginia is on their way to the SEC or the ACC title game. They lead Virginia Tech 24-0 at the half. That's not the issue for the ACC. The issue for the ACC is the other game going on in Berkeley. SMU, with a win, would also punch their ticket to the ACC championship game. They trail Cal 17-7 at the half. We'll get the kickoff here as it's taken at the 5-yard line and dropped at the 24, and that's where Auburn will start their first possession of the second half. SMU is down 10 points to Cal at the half. If SMU does not come back against Cal, that is going to send Duke to the ACC championship game with a 7-5 record. If Duke would win the ACC championship next week, if they get in and would win the ACC championship next week with 5 losses, ACC is probably getting left out of the playoff. So this is not a good situation for the ACC. Here's a first down completion from Daniels for 14 yards. Malcolm Simmons with the reception up to the 37-yard line. First down for Auburn, and the immediate snap here and a handoff for a loss of a yard. It'll be second down 11 for Auburn as Jeremiah Cobb loses a yard on that first down run. Second and 11 for Auburn at the 36. Daniels throwing deep down the field, has a man, incomplete. See if there's a flag, but there's none coming. There was a lot of contact down there. It'll be 3rd and 11. Oh, there was a lot of contact. Third down 11 for Auburn. 3 for 11 on third down conversions tonight. On third down, Daniels rolling right, will throw, and has his man down the left sideline. And this is going to be an Auburn touchdown. There is a flag, however, so hold on. This is coming back, I think. A long touchdown pass looks like it's going to be all for naught. Looking at, well, now, wait a minute. Now looking at the Auburn sideline reaction, this might be on Alabama. And it is. Looking at the initial reaction from Daniels, it looked like it was going to be called on Auburn, but this is going to be defensive holding on Alabama, I think. It's a personal foul against Alabama, so this touchdown stands for Auburn, a 64-yard touchdown pass from Daniels to Malcolm Simmons, and Auburn is right back in this game. Oh, yeah, it's on Pierre. He had his left hand up in the face mask of an Auburn player. So now down 5, you probably are going to go for 2 here to try to bring this to a field goal spread. So Auburn gets the field goal. And they're just going to kick it right now. Auburn gets the field goal at the end of the first half and then starts the second half with the ball and gets in the end zone for the first time. And we have a 4-point game. 17-13 here in the third quarter. That drive for Auburn, 4 plays, 53 yards, 52 seconds. 64-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Daniels to Malcolm Simmons, and we have ourselves a ball game, 17-13, with 14 minutes to play in the third quarter. The momentum has changed drastically. And with that personal foul, this kickoff's going to be from the 50-yard line, and this will be a touchback. And Alabama will get it at the 25. So out comes Alabama for their first offensive series of the second half. Their 17-0 lead has now been cut to 4. Simpson on first down. Simpson looking. Simpson throws short. The pass is caught. This is going to be a minimal gain. Not much doing there on first down. Reception made by Lozier Brooks. Gain of only 1, second down and 9. Simpson with the handoff on second down and minimal gain here of maybe 3 yards, setting up a third and medium for Alabama. Third down and 6. Two minutes old, third quarter. 2 for 8 on third down conversions tonight is Alabama. Simpson dropping back, throws, has his man. First down, Alabama, up to the 45-yard line. There is a flag that gets dropped. And that's going to be roughing the passer on Auburn, so add 15 to it. And that will move the football into Auburn territory. Oh, yeah, clearly a very late hit after Simpson had released the ball. Can't do that. So that moves the football up to the 40-yard line of Auburn. First down and 10 for Alabama. And we have a timeout, it appears. Nope, they're actually reviewing the last play. Oh, they might be reviewing for possible targeting. Jaquez Robinson got the hit. He's the one that got called for the roughing the passer penalty. And now they're reviewing to see if there's targeting involved with it. And they are going to call targeting. So that's going to disqualify Jaquez Robinson. That's the second player that has been called for targeting tonight. So first down at the 40. This is Jam Miller getting the carry on first down. He'll be brought down at the 37-yard line, gain of 3. Bringing up second down and 7. Second and 7. Handoff to Miller again, and Miller brought down at the 32-yard line, setting up third down and short for Alabama. Officially 3rd and 3 for the Tide from the 23. From the 33, excuse me. Simpson with time, throws, tipped and incomplete. Deflected by an Auburn player, and it's fourth down. And what will Alabama do? You're looking at about a 50, 51-yard field goal from here. Alabama going to keep the offense on the field on 4th and 3. They have already converted 1 fourth down back in the first half, and we've got movement. An Auburn player came across, but he's claiming he was drawn offsides. But he was not. They're going to get Auburn offsides, and that will give Alabama a first down. Auburn again shoots itself in the foot. Auburn penalized for the 8th time tonight. And that gives Alabama a first down at the 27. Simpson to throw. Simpson over the middle, and that's incomplete. Looked like the receiver may have slipped a little bit there. Marshall Pritchett was the intended receiver. Looks like he may have got bit a little bit by the turf monster as he was going to make that catch. 2nd and 10. Simpson on 2nd and 10, throws short, and this is going to be not much of a gain at all, a couple yards. And it'll be 3rd and long this time for Alabama. 3rd down and 8. Crimson Tide at the 25 of Auburn, needing to get to the 18. Simpson looking, now being pressured. Simpson rolling to his right. Simpson, will he get to the first down? He does at the 17-yard line. On 3rd and about 7.5, Simpson gets 8 and moves the sticks. First down at the 17. This is Jam Miller getting the carry. Miller with a good gain up to the 11. 6 more for Jam Miller. Brings up 2nd down and 4. And Alabama trying to answer the Auburn touchdown. Second and a short 4. 11th play of the drive. Simpson goes under center this time. Simpson drops back. Simpson throws right side, but nothing doing. It is a completion, but it's no gain as the catch made right at the 11-yard line and out of bounds went Jay Lindsey, the tight end, with his first catch of the game. And here comes another 3rd down. Crimson Tide need 4. Simpson throws left side. Nice play defensively. Incomplete. That saved a touchdown with that pass breakup. What a play defensively. That was going to Jeremy Bernard. But a whale of a defensive play by Sylvester Smith to hold the Crimson Tide to a field goal attempt. This will be from 29 to extend the lead to 7. Snap is good, and Talty puts the kick through and extends the Crimson Tide lead to 7, 20-13, midway point of the 3rd quarter. And Cal has punched it in the end zone again. Cal now leads SMU 24-7 with 8:25 to go in the third quarter. Virginia Tech has gotten in the end zone against Virginia, but Virginia still leads 27-7. About 4 minutes to go in that one. And Tulane up 24-0 on Charlotte in the fourth quarter. USC's come back to take the lead over UCLA 14-10. That game heading to the fourth. But that SMU Cal game, if that result holds, that's going to send a Duke team with 5 losses to the ACC championship game. For the ACC standards, they better hope Virginia wins that championship game, because that may not end up being a good result for the ACC with a Duke championship. So here, Auburn holds Alabama to a field goal to keep it a one-score game. Seven and a half to play in the third quarter. I had said prior to this live stream tonight when I first went on that this was going to be one where I was going to focus on the Alabama-Auburn game, but it was going to be like a NFL red zone sort of thing. I was going to be jumping between all these other games. But the other games that I was going to be jumping to are not real competitive at this point. So that's why I've pretty much been sticking with this one. That USC-UCLA game is close, but there realistically is no playoff implications in that one. Here's the kickoff. And this will be a touchback, and Auburn will get it at the 25. Championships around college football kick off next Friday night with the American Athletic Championship game. That more than likely is going to be for the college football playoff berth. Daniels keeps this and picks up a couple yards. So I will be on the live stream for that American Athletic Championship game on Friday, which is appearing that it's going to be North Texas and Tulane. North Texas is already in, and Tulane's up big on Charlotte. So the winner of that game, I think without a doubt, is headed to the college football playoff. Daniels throws deep and incomplete. Intended for Coleman. He was covered well. Xavier Brown, the defender covering Coleman there, 3rd down and 8. Auburn 4 for 12 on 3rd down conversions tonight. They need 8 here to keep the drive alive. Daniels on 3rd and 8. Daniels in trouble. Daniels gets out of it. Now we'll throw down the field. Incomplete. Had a man downfield, but threw behind him. That was Jeremiah Cobb that was downfield, the intended receiver, but Daniels missed him. So Auburn goes 3 and out on this drive and will have to punt it away. Well, that's a catch you got to make. It was a little behind Cobb, but still very catchable ball. Fair catch made at the 34-yard line, and Alabama will take over from there. 6:46 to go in the third. Alabama up a touchdown, and they have it back. And also an issue that has come up for the NCAA, that's what I was just looking at on there. With Florida State losing, there's now a maximum amount of bowl eligible teams of 82, and we have 82 bowl eligible spots. So either you're going to see probably 1 or 2 5 and 7 teams in there, or the NCAA may have to throw a waiver to Missouri State or Delaware. Delaware won today. I believe that got them to 6 wins. NCAA is going to have to either throw some 5 and 7 teams in some bowl games or give a waiver to Missouri State and or Delaware, because Missouri State and Delaware moved up to FBS this year, but there's that stupid rule when you transition up a league, you're not postseason eligible for 3 or 4 years, whatever it is, which is dumb. But so we'll see how the NCAA handles that situation. Here it's 20-13 Alabama, and they have the football back at their own 34-yard line. Ashton Daniels over on the Auburn sideline getting his ankle taped up. First down for the Tide. Simpson takes the first down snap. Simpson throws over the middle, pass caught to the 40-yard line, gain of 5. It'll bring up second down and 5 for the Tide. Simpson With the handoff to Miller on second down, Jam Miller gets up to the 43-yard line. Gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up for Alabama. Under 6 minutes to go in the third. That's 81 yards rushing now on the night for Jam Miller. Simpson's 3rd down throw, incomplete off the hands of Miller. And it'll be 4th down and 2, and Alabama's going to have to punt it away. I don't think Jam Miller was looking for that pass. It didn't look like he was ready for the ball coming his way. Missed opportunity for the Tide, and they have to punt it. Fair catch at the 21-yard line, and that is where Auburn will take over. 5.5 to go in the third. Still 20-13, Crimson Tide. Update on that. First of all, Virginia has now gone final. Virginia has defeated Virginia Tech 27-7. So the 18th ranked Virginia Cavaliers punched their ticket to the ACC championship game. SMU, meanwhile, has just put it in the end zone against Cal. So that pulls SMU now within 10, 24-14. Still 5 minutes left in the third quarter in that one. If that game is still going on when this game ends, if it's competitive, I will switch over for the finish of that one. So Auburn here will have it at their own 21-yard line, still down by just a touchdown. USC has grabbed a 21-10 lead on UCLA in the fourth quarter. Tulane still up 24-0 on Charlotte. So it looks like the American Athletic Championship game will be North Texas and Tulane. As I mentioned earlier, that most certainly will be for a college football playoff bid. That American Athletic Championship game. In upcoming live stream schedule, I will be on again tomorrow night. For Sunday night NFL tomorrow night, Broncos and Washington. Broncos look to go to 10-2 with the win tomorrow. May jump on before that and do a college basketball live stream before that NFL game tomorrow. Daniels on the keeper here on first down, and he will pick up 3 yards up to the 24. That'll bring up second down and 7. Ooh, Cobb hobbling off to the Auburn sideline, not putting any weight on that left foot. That's not a good sign for Auburn. Second and 7 at the 24, Daniels. Daniels will run and get what he can, and that's 3 yards as he runs out of bounds at the 27. Third down and 4 coming up for the Tigers. Daniels has now rushed for 75 yards tonight for Auburn. On third down, Daniels throw. That is going to be a catch and a first down for Auburn. It was behind the receiver, Cam Coleman, but Coleman's still able to get his hands under it and make the grab and move the chains and give Auburn a first down. Handoff on first down. This is a good gain. Still dragging Alabama defenders to the 39-yard line. Justin Jones in there, replacing Jeremiah Cobb, who went to the sideline. Jones picks up 8 yards. Second and 2. 3.5 left in the third. Daniels on second down. Throw, caught, and then fumbles the football. And I think Alabama has recovered, and they have. That looked like a clean catch from the wide receiver, Preston Howard, and then he fumbled the ball, and Alabama recovers. Probably going to review it just to make sure it was a catch. And, well, actually, I don't know. On the replay, let's see. He's kind of doesn't have possession there. This may. I thought in real time it looked like a catch, but on the replay, it's a little iffy. Let's see. Where does he have possession? Does he have possession there? Now, the call on the field is a catch and a fumble. So it's got to be indisputable to overturn it. And now they have reversed the call to, actually, I'm stand corrected. They have called it an incomplete pass on the field. So they will have to see something on the replay to overturn it. And the review is over, and they have stuck with an incomplete pass, which I think, after looking at the replay, is the correct call. Kalen DeBauer doesn't like the call, but and ABC has the rules expert on right now. Of course, for obvious reasons, when I'm live streaming, I've got the volume down, so I couldn't hear what he had to say, but that appeared to be correct on the replay. So it's third down for Auburn. 3:21 to go, third quarter. Alabama up by a touchdown. Daniels takes the third down snap. Daniels throws a screen left side, and this will be a first down for Auburn. Justin Jones gets 4 yards on third down and moves the sticks for Auburn up to the 41-yard line. Daniels, quick throw, pass complete over the middle into Alabama territory. Eric Singleton Jr. with another catch. He fumbled the ball at the end, but I think that was a fumble, but Coleman was right there to recover it for Auburn. And a carry on first down goes nowhere. Second down coming up. Second and 10. And a handoff on second down. This is Jones again, and he's brought down at the 37-yard line. Third down coming up for Auburn. There's another fumble. Ball went out of bounds, so no possession change. That's the third time, or the second time actually, on this drive that Auburn's fumbled. But they haven't lost any of them. On third down, the catch made and a first down for the Tigers. Inside the 30. Cam Coleman with the reception at the 27. Eleventh play of the drive coming up. Auburn's moved it to the Alabama 28. Daniels off the hands and intercepted. That went off the hands of the receiver. Another drop pass, and this one ends up in a pick for Alabama. Omar Mabson the second, the receiver that couldn't come down with the ball. And that's the first turnover of the night. Bray Hubbard got the interception for Alabama. And they start this drive up near midfield at the 49. Simpson on first down. Simpson in trouble. Simpson is sacked. Back at the 38-yard line. A loss of 10 on the sack. Xavier Atkins with the sack for Auburn. Third sack of the night for the Tigers. Ball back at the 40-yard line. On second and 19, this is a screen pass, and this will be a gain of about 8 or 9 near the original line of scrimmage. Jeremy Bernard with the reception, setting up third down and 11. And that takes us to the end of quarter number 3. 15 minutes to play in the Iron Bowl. Alabama leads it by a touchdown. Fourth quarter coming up. Taking a look at our stats through 3 quarters. Alabama at 208 yards of offense. Auburn has now actually outgained Alabama 256 to 208. Didn't seem possible when midway through the second quarter, Auburn had 31 yards of offense. Both teams now with 13 first downs. Costly turnover in that third quarter for Auburn when they were driving. Auburn's been penalized 8 times for 60 yards. Alabama's been penalized 5 times for 60. Individual numbers, not a stellar night for Ty Simpson of Alabama, just 14 of 28 passing the ball for 91 yards, but does have 2 touchdown passes. Both of those to Isaiah Horton. Running the football, Jam Miller's carried 14 times for 81 yards. Ty Simpson has carried it 6 times for 17 yards. 117 yards on the ground tonight for Alabama. Meanwhile, for Auburn, Ashton Daniels, 12 of 29, 151 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 tough interception that hit his receiver right in the hands. He's had a few drops from his receivers tonight. Running the football for Auburn, Ashton Daniels, the quarterback, 16 carries, 74 yards. Jeremiah Cobb's run it 7 times for 20 yards, 105 yards on the ground for Auburn. They are trailing by a touchdown as we are set to begin the 4th and final quarter. Alabama will have a 3rd down and 11 when the 4th quarter gets underway. Cal has answered the SMU touchdown as Cal is back up by 17, 31-14. Game starting the 4th quarter. So here we go with 15 minutes left in the Iron Bowl. Alabama trying to solidify their spot in the SEC championship game against Georgia. Auburn looking to solidify a comeback and solidify bowl eligibility. 3rd down and 11 for Alabama at the 48. 4 for 13 on 3rd down conversions tonight. And the play clock expires. Alabama's going to have to take a timeout. Looked like there was some confusion amongst the Alabama players. And to avoid a delay of game penalty, Alabama uses their first timeout of the second half. Jordan-Hare Stadium alive. They're seeing their Auburn Tigers in a game here in the 4th quarter with their rivals. Following the timeout, 3rd and 11. Simpson, they do snap it. Simpson throws left side. Can he get to the first down marker? He cannot. He only gets to the 46. A gain of 6, but it'll be 4th down and 5. Daniel Hill with that reception, but Alabama's going to have to punt the football. Blake Dowd on to punt. Fair catch called by Malcolm Simmons at the 12. And that's where Auburn will start their first drive of the 4th quarter with 14-14 to go. Number 9 Notre Dame just about to kick off out in Palo Alto against Stanford. First down, here's a handoff. And a good gain of 7 yards on first down as Cobb back in the game. Daniels throws incomplete. That was a little behind his intended receiver, Malcolm Simmons. Simmons was calling for a flag, and now there is one. Simmons was calling for the flag there, and one dropped late. And it is going to be a pass interference against Alabama, so a late flag there. Yeah, it's clearly interference, but it was a very late call. 5th penalty of the night on Alabama. That moves the football to the 29 and carries with it a first down. Daniels almost intercepted again. Wow, that was an interception for the taking there for Xavier Mincy. Second and 10 at the 29. Daniels on a design quarterback keeper. It's only going to be good for a yard, setting up a 3rd and long for Auburn. Third down, 9 for Auburn. Football sitting just shy of the 30. Daniels throws, pass complete. First down, Auburn, and more. 50, 40, off to the races. 30, 20, 10, brought down at the 4-yard line. 66 yards on 3rd down and 9. On the pass play to Malcolm Simmons. 1st and goal, Auburn. First and goal for the Tigers at the 4. Design quarterback keeper, and getting up to the 2-yard line is Ashton Daniels. 2nd and goal for Auburn. Second and goal from the 2, just outside the 2. Daniels takes the snap. Daniels with the handoff. Cobb is in. Touchdown, Auburn. Cobb races it in from 2 yards out. And the Tigers an extra point away from tying this game. So Auburn coming back from trailing 17-0 in the first half and are an extra point away from pulling even with 11:43 to go. Extra point is up, and it is good, and we are tied in the Iron Bowl 2020 with 11:43 remaining. Big play on that drive, the 66-yard pass. to Malcolm Simmons, which set up a 2-yard run for Cobb, all square at 20 with 11:43 to go. Drive for Auburn, 6 plays, 88 yards. 2 minutes, 31 seconds, a 2-yard touchdown run for Jeremiah Cobb. We want a comeback for Auburn when they were doing absolutely nothing offensively for the first quarter and a half of this game. And now does Alabama have an answer? The Tide looked like they were about ready to just roll in this game. So can Auburn complete the comeback and more than likely knock Alabama out of the college football playoff and get themselves bowl eligible for interim head coach DJ Durkin? Update on that SMU Cal game. It's now gone final. Tulane has beat Charlotte 27-0. So Tulane and North Texas set for that American Athletic Championship game on Friday. Virginia winner 27-7 over Virginia Tech. Virginia punches their ticket to the ACC championship game. SMU has gotten a touchdown to get back within 10 of Cal, 31-21. And Cal's going to have to punt the football, it looks like. Again, if that game is still going and it's still relatively close, when this game ends, I will be going over for the finish of that one. So here we go. Auburn about to kick off to Alabama. Now in a 20-20 game. And the kickoff. And this will be another touchback, and Alabama will get it at the 25. First down for Alabama at the 25. 11:43 remaining. Simpson. Back in the shotgun. Takes the first down snap, and it's a handoff up the middle to Miller. And Miller will pick up 3 up to the 28-yard line, bringing up second down and 7. Well, all the college football fans, there are some out there that just want to see absolute chaos with the playoff rankings. Well, if Alabama loses and SMU ends up losing that game to Cal, we may be getting it. Miller is still down for Alabama. This is not a good sign. Jam Miller's had a great game tonight as he's rushed for 83 yards, but he's slow getting up and the training staff out looking at him. So an injury timeout here. And Notre Dame has gotten a touchdown on their first offensive series. They lead Stanford 7-0 in the first quarter. USC is pulled away in the fourth quarter against UCLA 29-10 at the 2-minute timeout. Yeah, we may be about to have the College Football Playoff Committee in quite the bad situation. If Alabama would lose this game, if SMU would lose, and if Duke would end up winning the ACC championship with 5 losses, does that open the door for a 3-loss Texas? And there's possibly an argument to be had for Texas. I don't see it, but yes, this is a Texas team that has 3 wins over top 10 teams. Yes, I know that. But they also have a loss to a 4-8 Florida squad. And they had to go overtime to beat 2 of the worst teams in the SEC. And a lot of Texas fans I've seen on social media, well, we should be 10-2. We shouldn't have scheduled a game with Ohio State. We should be 10-2. Well, you're not 10-2. You're 9-3. Anyway, back to this. In a 2020 game, Alabama has a 2nd down and 8. Boy, Jordan Harris Stadium is rocking now. Simpson throws right side, pass caught. And down at the 31-yard line, setting up a very big 3rd down and medium 3rd and 4. Third down, Tide need 4 from the 31. Alabama just 4 for 14 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Simpson takes the snap on 3rd and 4, throws incomplete. Oh, and now a flag comes in late. That's going to be interference, I think. We had a late pass interference flag against Alabama on the previous Auburn drive. Now this one comes in late. It is interference, and that'll give Alabama a first down. Sylvester Smith guilty of the pass interference. Ninth penalty of the night on Auburn. That moves the football to 41, but gives Alabama a first down. And a handoff here on first down to Daniel Hill. Slips before picking up 3 yards. Bring up 2nd and 7. Ten minutes and counting left in the fourth. Second and 7 at the 44. Simpson takes the snap. Simpson looks, throws a little floater, and the pass is caught. And up to midfield, a yard shy of the first down. A.K. Deere with his first catch of the night. 3rd and 1 coming up for Alabama. Ball right at midfield. Simpson looking. Simpson throws. Nobody there. Incomplete. He was pressured again. And on 4th and 1, what will Kalen DeBauer do? Alabama keeping the offense out on 4th and 1 at midfield. Simpson rolling right on 4th down, and he will get to the first down mark. Or did he? Oh, actually, yeah, they're saying a first down. I was wondering when I first saw that if his knee maybe hit before he got to the first down, but they do give him the first. A big 4th down conversion for Alabama. Simpson hands it off. And breaking the first set of tacklers, still dragging Auburn tacklers for a gain of 9. Daniel Hill was wrapped up after a gain of only 2 yards, but the strength, he drug about 4 Auburn tacklers for an additional 5 yards. Second and 1 at the 39. And it goes right back to Hill. That's another first down for Alabama up to the 30. Tide are in field goal range. Mark it at the 31. And again, it goes to Hill. And this time he stopped after a gain of 2 as he gets inside the 30. We have ticked under 7 minutes and counting. 2nd and 8. Like Alabama changing the play here at the line. 10th play of the drive. And again, it goes to Hill, and he's stuffed for a 1-yard gain only. And here comes 3rd and 7 for Alabama. Tide needs 7. They're at the 28-yard line. Simpson pressured. Simpson throws. End zone and complete. Isaiah Horton looked like he had it momentarily, but couldn't preserve the catch in 4th down and probably a field goal try. There's a flag that dropped late here. And looking at Coach Nurkin's reaction, it's going to be against Auburn. Roughing the passer is the call. Ooh, DJ Durkin is not happy on the Auburn sideline. Now the blocker went low on Simpson. I get why it was called because he went low. That moves the ball to the 14-yard line. 1st down, Alabama. Into the red zone. It's a keeper for Simpson. Simpson to the 5. Simpson! Touchdown, Alabama! Simpson runs it in from 14 yards. There's another flag that comes in. So for now, it's a 14-yard touchdown run. But it's coming back on a hold. I think that was Horton they got on the hold. It was. So take the touchdown off the board. It's a spot foul, so it's still 1st and 10. And this time Hill is met in the backfield and dropped for a 1-yard loss. Jay Hardy in on the tackle for Auburn. 2nd and 11 on the 1-yard loss. We're under 5 minutes. Play clock down to 3. Simpson just gets that off. Pressure coming. Simpson throws. Pass caught. They're going to give him forward progress, I think. As Bernard makes the catch. It'll still be 3rd down, though, for Alabama. But 3rd and short. Put it down the 6-yard line. 3rd down and 2. 14th play of the drive. Alabama's going to have to take a timeout here. Play clock's ticking down again. Alabama's down to one timeout with 3:59 to play. 3rd down and 2 from the 6-yard line when play resumes. And meanwhile, things have gotten very interesting in Berkeley as SMU has put another touchdown on the board. 31-28 now, Cal, and there's still 6 minutes left. Again, I will go to the finish of that one if it's still going once this one is final. So possibly the biggest play of the game coming up. 3rd and 2 for Alabama at the 6. 3:59 remaining. And in that SMU California game, SMU trying to complete the comeback, and California has to punt the football. So SMU's getting the ball back with just under 5 minutes left, down just a field goal. So if SMU can get the go-ahead touchdown or even a game-time field goal, if SMU can find a way to pull that game out in Berkeley, it might be disaster averted for the ACC. So here, 3:59 left. Alabama a 3rd and 2 at the 6. Simpson under center. And now goes back into shotgun. Now man in motion. Simpson takes the snap. Simpson rolling right. Simpson throws, incomplete. And now it's 4th and 2. What do you do? I know what I would do, but what will Coach DeBauer do? That ball may actually have been deflected when it left Simpson's hands. Coach DeBauer leaving his offense out there on 4th and 2. Alabama's converted their previous 2 4th downs tonight. Simpson on 4th and 2 throws, touchdown! Isaiah Horton for the 3rd time tonight with a touchdown reception. Tide take the lead. A 6-yard touchdown strike on 4th and 2 in a drive that took almost 8 minutes. Wow. Extra point is up and good, and Alabama leads it by 7. 27-20 with 3:50 to go. A gutsy call to go for it on 4th down, and it pays off. A 15-play, 75-yard drive. 7 minutes and 53 seconds. Resulting in a 6-yard touchdown pass from Simpson to Isaiah Horton. 3rd touchdown reception tonight for Horton. Alabama still has to make a defensive stand here as there's still 3:50 to go. And Auburn, ever since about the midway point of the second quarter, has been a lot better offensively. Kickoff taken at the 2. Across the 10, 15, 20-yard line and dropped around the 22-yard line. So Auburn will have to go 78 yards in 3 minutes, 45 seconds. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. First down, Auburn. Daniels with a screen pass to Cobb, and Cobb pushed out of bounds at the 25. Gain of 3. It's a quarterback keeper for Daniels. He's got a first down across the 30 to the 34-yard line. That'll move the sticks for Auburn. First down at the 34. Daniels nowhere to go. Now will get what he can with his feet, which is going to be about 5 yards as he's out of bounds at the 39. Second and 5. Daniels. Pass throw incomplete. Xavier Brown came in to break that pass up for Alabama. It'll be 3rd down and 5. .238 remaining. Daniels on 3rd down, throws incomplete into traffic, and now here comes 4th down and 4. Now Auburn does have 3 timeouts. So do you punt this here to pin Alabama deep? Well, the offense is staying out. Auburn is 1 for 2 on 4th down conversions tonight. They need 4. Daniels, incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs. Oh, and now another late flag. I think they're going to get interference. And they do. And that will give Auburn a first down. Red Morgan guilty of the interference. The flags have been late, but they've been correct. Yeah, he was there early. So Auburn with new life. First down at the 45. Pass is high, but caught right at midfield for a gain of 5. And let's see if Auburn elects to get off one more snap before the 2-minute warning, or for the 2-minute timeout, rather. They will not. We are going to hit the 2-minute timeout. Auburn down a touchdown. They're at midfield. Second down and 5. Do the Tigers have a game-tying touchdown answer? And meanwhile, in that other game we've been keeping a close eye on, SMU has scored 3 consecutive touchdowns to take the lead at Cal, 35-31. They have hit the 2-minute timeout in Berkeley. So with this furious fourth quarter comeback by SMU, it very well could be disaster averted for the ACC. Because if it does end up Virginia SMU with both teams ranked, that winner probably without a doubt will be headed to the playoff. That one's not over yet. Notre Dame leads Stanford 14-0 nearing the end of the first quarter in Palo Alto. Auburn up to 355 yards of offense. Daniels has thrown for 226. But they need 50 more here to get into the end zone. But have 2 minutes and all 3 timeouts. So here we go. 2 minutes left. Auburn with a 2nd and 5 at midfield. Down by 7. Daniels will keep it on a quarterback keeper, and he will get 3 up to the 47-yard line, setting up 3rd down and 2. Clock running. Auburn preserving their timeouts. Daniels on 3rd and 2, pressured, and gets rid of it just at the last possible moment. And it comes down to 4th and 2. Yeah, you absolutely cannot take a sack there, and Daniels wisely got rid of it at the last possible moment he could. 4th and 2 at the 47. Daniels trying to get it himself. He does with an effort. 1st down, Auburn. Needed to get to the 45, got to the 44 and a half, just across it. That's now 95 yards rushing tonight for Daniels. It's a handoff on 1st down to Cobb. Cobb picks up 4 to the 40. Again, Auburn not using a timeout. I think the strategy is here, if they score, they do not want to leave Alabama any time on the clock. Daniels on 2nd and 6. Daniels looking, nowhere to go. He's got room to run this. 1st down and a lot more. 30 and out of bounds at the 27. Stopping the clock with 40 seconds. Dual threat quarterback Ashton Daniels now over 100 yards rushing. 1st and 10 at the 27. Screen pass on 1st down. And along the left sideline, fumbled the ball! Auburn, Alabama's recovered. And that could be the nail in the coffin on Auburn. Ooh, Auburn had the play for a pretty good gain. Coleman's beside himself for fumbling that ball. Oh, yeah, that ball's clearly out. Now, Alabama does still have to get a 1st down here because Auburn still has all 3 timeouts. Right when Auburn was driving down the field. A fumble by Coleman that may have just won this game for Alabama. Simpson on the keeper will go down at the 21. Timeout Auburn. Ashton Daniels did everything he could for this Auburn football team tonight. But had a few drops from his receivers and then this very costly fumble at the end by Coleman. On 2nd down, here's a handoff for a gain of 3. Timeout Auburn. 24 seconds. Alabama will still have to punt this ball away if they do not get a 1st down. This is how important this game is for Alabama. They win this game, the college football playoff predictor has them at a 90% chance to make the playoffs, so maybe they don't need to win the SEC championship game. If they would lose this game, their percentage to make the playoff is 4%. Oh my. Third down, Simpson will be tackled down. They went down kind of awkwardly there. Final timeout for Auburn, so Alabama will have to punt this football. Simpson having a little bit of a word with Harris afterwards. I said, oh my, because Cal has just gotten in the end zone against SMU with 43 seconds left. Cal has retaken the lead on SMU. So SMU made that furious fourth quarter comeback, but is now going to have to make another one with 43 seconds left. So Alabama to punt this football. So Auburn will be left with probably somewhere around 10 to 12 seconds. And he musts the punt. It goes out of bounds, however, with 10 seconds remaining. Or did it go out of bounds? Did Alabama recover that before it went out of bounds? Another critical mistake. Yeah, it went out of bounds. Okay. So Auburn, with 10 seconds left, needs to go 69 yards. See if Daniels can get one deep and then just Hail Mary status. Daniels throws, pass caught. Got to get out of bounds. Well, goes down with 2 seconds left. You got to get out of bounds right there. Is there time to spike it? Is the question. There is not. So it's going to have to be the final play right here. They do get the snap off. The throw is going to be caught, and now you're going to see the laterals, which will not happen because the tackle is made, and Alabama wins it. 27-20, the final. Alabama takes the Iron Bowl over Auburn, and Alabama is headed to the SEC championship game against Georgia. Auburn shot themselves in the foot too many times tonight. And Alabama gets the game-winning score in the fourth quarter and wins this game 27-20. We'll run down the final stats in this one momentarily, but first of all, going to go to the end of this SMU California game. SMU is at the 46-yard line. They're down 3 with 37 seconds left. And they move it into Cal territory, but do not get out of bounds. SMU has one timeout left. And they will get the first down here and a lot more. Well, SMU is now into field goal range. Clock stops to move the chains. We're under 2 minutes. But SMU just false started. That's what you cannot have happen. Should be a 10-second runoff with this, so SMU is going to have to use that last timeout. Clock was running, so there should be a 10-second runoff with that. There was nothing stated about that. Coach Lashley's not happy. So SMU's going to have to use their last time out here to avoid the 10-second runoff. Coach Lashley is expressing his displeasure on the SMU sideline. He is not happy. His team made a furious comeback in this fourth quarter just to see Cal score with 43 seconds left. This would be a 56-yard field goal attempt from here. And now we have a Cal timeout. So they have 2 remaining. SMU is out of timeouts. You can use the middle of the field here if you're SMU, because if you can get the first, it has to be past the first down marker though, because you get that stoppage of the clock to move the chains. Since you're under 2 minutes, they need 15 yards with 16 seconds on the clock. And the throw, that's going to be a completion and getting out of bounds wisely at the 34-yard line, stopping the clock with 11 seconds. So that would move it to about a 52-yard field goal. Spotting it at the 35-yard line. They have put a second back on the clock, so now 12 seconds. Here's the throw. That's incomplete. This is going to be pass interference on Cal with 8 seconds. So now SMU is definitely in field goal range to try to tie this game. Oh, he picked up the flag. They're going to try a field goal now with 8 seconds left. This is an interesting call. This is from 52 yards out. I think you try one time for the sideline, especially being third down. Cal's going to take a timeout. This is a 52-yard field goal attempt to more than likely force overtime. Well, with 8 seconds left, you could try going to the sideline one time and being a third down. Kind of surprised they're trying a field goal now with being from 52 yards. This to more than likely force overtime from 52. And it is no good. With 3 seconds left. And the Duke Blue Devils are going to be going to the ACC championship game. SMU sees their chance to go to back-to-back ACC championship games end in Berkeley. That wasn't even close. Never hooked back to the left. So the ACC, now going to the ACC championship game next week, had better hope for a Virginia win over Duke. The final kneel down, and Cal with the win to go to 7-5, they knock out SMU from the ACC championship game. So the ACC championship game will now be Virginia against Duke. All right, 38-35, that final. Let's run down the final stats in this Alabama-Auburn game before I sign off for the night. Auburn, 411 yards tonight compared to Alabama's 280. Penalties were killers, though, for Auburn. 10 for 84 yards, and they had a lot of self-inflicted wounds tonight. Alabama was penalized 8 times for 87 yards. 2 very costly turnovers for Auburn. Individual numbers, Ty Simpson for Alabama, 19 out of 35, 122 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Leading rusher, Jam Miller, 15 carries, 83 yards. Daniel Hill rushed it 11 times, 39 yards. Ty Simpson carried it 10 times for 31 yards. Receiving tonight for Alabama, Isaiah Horton, leading receiver, 5 catches, 35 yards, 3 touchdowns receiving tonight. Weltsier Brooks, 3 catches, 29 yards. Jeremy Bernard, 3 catches, 24 yards. Jam Miller had 2 catches for 12 yards. Daniel Hill, 2 catches for 9 yards. Caleb Edwards, 2 catches for 8 yards and a catch apiece for A.K. Deere and Jay Lindsey. Ashton Daniels, boy, he played his tail off tonight. 18 of 39. Completion percentage wasn't that great, but 259 yards. 1 touchdown and the 1 interception. Running the football, Ashton Daniels ran it 23 times for 108 yards. Jeremiah Cobb, 10 carries for 33 yards. Justin Jones, 2 carries for 11 yards. 152 yards rushing on the night for Auburn. Leading receiver was Cam Coleman, 5 catches for 43 yards, but that costly fumble when Auburn was trying to drive for that game-tying score. 3 catches, 143 yards, and 1 touchdown for Malcolm Simmons. 3 catches, 26 yards for Eric Singleton Jr. 2 catches for 11 yards for Bryce Kane. 2 catches, 9 yards for Jeremiah Cobb, and a catch apiece for Brandon Frazier, Preston Howard, and Justin Jones. Alabama wins at 27-20. Alabama will head to the SEC championship game to play Georgia. Auburn sees their season come to a close at 5-7 unless the NCAA has to send some 5-7 teams to a bowl game because they won't have enough eligible teams. So that's going to wrap it up on the live stream tonight. I wanted to give you the end of that SMU Cal game as well. The ACC, oh boy. We'll see how that plays out in the ACC championship game next week. Hey, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John here on YouTube. If you like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe. Also on Kick tonight at Sports Kick John. You can follow me there, and you can also follow me on Twitch at Sport Guru John. I'll be back tomorrow night. College basketball / NFL live stream tomorrow night starting at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Be on for a college basketball live stream followed by Sunday night NFL. Hope to have you tune in then, and we'll talk to you.